What's up, guys? Welcome to another episode of Nerdy Dating. We your host Zakka here. We're gonna open up with some Twitter questions, a Twitter interaction and reaction. The first thing I got on Twitter was in my DMs. This guy sent me, this is from Christopher M. Wrinkler. He goes, "Hey Zakka, bruh, my mom's friend," just read it completely backwards. I must be dyslexic. Sorry about that. He goes, "Bro, my friend's mom," and Natasha, I'm not gonna say the rest of her name, "is on OnlyFans. Do I tell him or not?" And he put smiley face emoji with dead emoji. And this got back to me back in December 2022. And to me, no. Don't tell your friends that you found his mom on OnlyFans. One, he probably already knows that his mom's on OnlyFans, and he probably doesn't want to talk about it. Like, she probably told him, "Hey, I got an OnlyFans, your friends, he'd tell you about this, just be on the lookout." So don't tell him. Are you on her OnlyFans? Then okay, whatever, man. Do what you gotta do. But do not tell your friend that their mom's on OnlyFans. Like, just let him live his life. Let him be. Because what are you telling him? What's that benefit? What do you get out of it? Like, oh, you think it's funny that his mom's on OnlyFans, but maybe his mom paid for them to all go on a trip to Cancun or go to England, whatever the case may be. Where the hell did she have the money to pay for the trip? Like, she provided for her family, putting the roof over her kid's head, something like that. And I'm gonna assume this is a high schooler, or if not college student, younger dude who sent this in. But yeah, what's the benefit of telling your friends that their mom's on OnlyFans? I'm pretty sure they probably already know, and they probably don't want to talk about it. So no, don't tell your friend that their mom's on OnlyFans. It's pointless. It's not gonna lead to anything. There's a benefit for anybody that, okay. Unless you're sitting there watching his mom on OnlyFans, why would you tell your friend, like, "Yo, I watch your mom's on OnlyFans"? Like, okay. Thanks. Like, what else do you say from that? Like, it's not important. Do not mention it to your friend. Just let it be. Let it ride. Your friend brings it up and he said, "Hey man, my mom's on OnlyFans." Just gonna heads up, which I doubt he would. But if he would, then you just take it like, "Okay, thanks for the heads up. Appreciate you." But I doubt your friend would tell you that. So, no. Do not tell your friend. Let him live his life. Let him be okay. How did you find his mom on OnlyFans? Was you looking for his mom on OnlyFans? That's the question I want to ask you. Did you find it because you was looking for it? How did it come across? So, yeah. And this could be a fake, a bot trying to send me something. But, heck, it's good content for the show. So, that's why I'm putting it up here. All right. Another reaction video came across. Now, I'll give you guys a heads up. This could be a trigger warning just by the dude's voice and the way he's talking. But this is a video of this guy.
Let me explain to y'all.
And I'm gonna re-pause it here. Somebody's like, he's getting finessed or he's not. Or is he wrong or she wrong? And I want to say it is bleeped out, so it's not as bad as it sounds, but it's definitely... He sounds frustrated. He sounds upset. So we want to play it here.
Y'all story. I flew this way from Indiana. You know what I'm saying? Been talking to her on Instagram for months. You feel me? I done spent damn near 5 G's on this. She talking about she don't want nobody to touch her. Man, you got me f***ed up. You man, well, you can leave. First of all, hold on. First she talking about she don't even fly Spirit, right? Talking about she don't fly Spirit. Okay, so I get her and so I get her Delta. That's damn near $600-700 last minute, right? Okay. So plus her bags, check-in, all that shit. We go get her the Uber, all that shit. Damn, I'm damn near at 2 G's already. So we get here. First night, I'm being a whole gentleman. I've been a whole gentleman. Have you not? Have I not been a gentleman to you though? Have I not did anything? But you should have known when it was if I flew you out here though. Why come out here then?
What do you mean?
So y'all, this is the Instagram out. You know what? I ain't gonna even be no petty ass. Put your name on there like that.
Because you're recording me.
Okay, so why would you come halfway across the country knowing you didn't want to on that?
You though.
I ain't say you did. You know what it was though. You knew what it was.
You want to spend money.
I spent 5 G's on you. What you talking about? 5 G's. What you talking about? So look, she did. Hold on, let me talk. Shut up. Then we about to go eat, right? So Shorty to my she hungry. So Shorty, call him. Pack all this shit. I'll help you. Pack all this up. this shit. Pack all that shit up. It's not even about the. It's not even about. It's really about the money because it ain't about nothing. You feel me? It ain't about nothing. So listen, we get off the flight. Let me tell the story. We get off the flight. So I'm like, we went back to the room. Well, she like, I'm hungry. I'm alright. Well, let's go to a little restaurant or something. I'm trying to get her something to eat. She's like, oh no, I only eat the best. I want some crab leg. That's nothing. So we go to the restaurant. I spent damn near ordering steak, motherfucking crab legs. I'm buying all that shit though. Being a pure gentleman. You know what I'm saying? Being a real. So I spent damn near 5 G's.
Being a pure gentleman. Being a pure gentleman.
You can go. Yes, I'll help you. Pack this shit up. You can get the all out. Get all your shit. Pack all it. It's already packed. Yes. Tell them how much money I spent though. Tell them how much money I spent. I can get some. It ain't enough for me to call. I got another coming through. So you can get the out. Get your shit. Get your shit. Been here 2 days. 2 days talking about, I don't want nobody touching me. Can't on her period. None of that. Put your shoes on. I ain't on her period, nothing. What you do? You gonna whip me? What you gonna do? Beat me up? Please, come on now. Get your goofy ass out of here. You got me all the way up.
Alright.
Like, you better chill. Like, you know, I don't really get on your ass for that. Can you get the out? Can you get the out? I can get my way any day, baby. That money nothing, baby. I hope that 5 G's was worth it. Well, hey, man, you don't gotta put your Instagram on here, y'all. We keep talking, I'm gonna tell everybody what your Instagram is. Yes, please, leave. Get the out. Bye.
Why are you recording me?
Get back home. Catch your ass over. Where you going? You don't even know where
Don't worry about where I'm going.
Bye.
Don't worry about.
Yeesh. Okay. Alright. So the video asks, is he wrong or she wrong? He's in the wrong. 100%. One, I don't care how much money you spend on a lady, on a woman. She don't owe you anything. She does not owe you sex. She doesn't owe you a cuddle session or anything physical if you decide to pay for her flight all the way out to, your side of the country. Let's say they're in California. Let's say they're in Los Angeles and he said he flew her halfway across the country. Let's say she's in the Midwest. Let's say she's in Kansas City. He flew her from Kansas City. He flew from Kansas City to Los Angeles. He says it was a $700 flight to get her out there. They've been out there for 2 days. So let's say this is day 3. And he's looking for, probably a cuddle session or probably not really cuddle. He looked to hook up pretty much. Let's be honest. This man's looking to hook up. He's looking to get it in. And she's like, I don't want to have sex with you. Okay. Take that L, man. You flew her out. You decided to pay for her way all the way out here. Now, he did say you knew what this is. You knew what this is. You knew what it was supposed to be about. So he's telling her that, like, what we agreed on, what we thought was going to happen when we got here was that we were going to probably, go on a few dates and then hook up and have sex and whatnot. However, she changed her mind. And that's perfectly fine for her. She can do that. But for him to get upset and for him to talk about, I spent $5,000 on you, bro, you can be mad about it, but you can't be sitting here, I'm gonna put her on blast. She took money from me. I spent $5,000 on her. I'm going to fly her out spirit, but she said she don't want to fly the best. So he was trying to get her out there regardless, because he probably thought he was going to get some sex. That's why he did all this. He did this because he thought he was going to get sex at the end of the trip. It didn't happen. But bro, take that L. You decided to spend $5,000 on her. You decided to spend $700 on her flight. You decided to spend the money to get her crab legs. You could have easily said, no, I don't want to give you crab legs. I don't want to pay for that. Let's go somewhere where a guy as a man, you don't sound like you're cheap, but you're like, yeah, no, crab legs not on the menu. We're not gonna go there. Let's go somewhere else to eat. But he's still thinking back in his mind that, no, I'm going to pay for these crab legs. I'm about to get laid by the end of this trip. This is going to happen. And when she finally said, no, I don't want to hook up with you, he lost his mind. He said money ain't an issue, but you're complaining about $5,000, dude. Now, $5,000 is a lot of money, not going to lie. Like, that's a lot of money. But to be complaining about it, the fact that you spent $5 grand on a girl and she doesn't want to, you know, have sex with you, that's on you, man. You could have paid for an escort. You could have found another way. Like, don't sit here and text a message to Instagram model. And I don't know how long they've been messaging. They could be messaging for months. And she could have been like, oh yeah, we're going to go ahead and do this once we get here. Stuff like this. And, you know, baby, I'm going to do all this to you. They could have had all that conversation. But by the time that she got to his place and she changed her mind, that's she had a right to do that. You can't complain and whine about the fact that you're not getting sex and how much money you spend on a girl because, you know, she doesn't want to have sex with you. If you're gonna spend money on a woman, do it because you want to do it, not because you're looking for sex at the end of the tunnel. Because you're looking for, oh my gosh, I'm gonna get laid by the end of this date, so I'm gonna go ahead and pay for this. I'm gonna show her all this. I'm gonna show her this. I'm gonna fly her out here. We're gonna go to the highest restaurant for this. If you want to do that, we'll spend money on her. Spend money on her because you want to spend money on her. Because you want to take her out. You want to have her a good time. You want to show her what somebody with money can do and stuff like that. And that's you. That's your thing. You want to do it, do it. But don't get mad when she's like, I don't want to have sex. Money and date. A date does not equal, an expensive date does not equal sex. Let's get that right there. An expensive date does not equal sex. Driving around in a nice car. Take her to the nicest restaurant, giving her the nicest order, flying her out, doing all these things, that does not equate sex. Gentlemen, men, boys, guys who listen to this, you should never ever expect sex on a date. Do not expect that she's going to give you sex because you do X, Y, and Z. Now, if she wants to have sex with you, that's great. Let's get it on, have fun, have a good time, make sure it's consensual. But do not expect sex because you're going on a date with a girl. Because you take her to a nice restaurant. Because you got her a nice drink. Because you get her crab legs. You fly her Delta instead of Spirit, which is Delta's more expensive. And you spent $5 grand on her. You should not expect sex. If you want to do that, the guys up here like, okay, get an escort. At least right then and there, you know what you're going to get prior to, you know, the date or prior to meeting that escort. Just saying. Those options are out there. You can find them. But you can't get mad at a girl for changing her mind for you flying her out, do all this stuff, spent $5 grand on her, and get upset because she don't want to have sex with you. You spend $5 grand because you want to spend $5 grand. Not because you're expecting sex at the end of the tunnel. And then you say money's not an issue. Dude, money's definitely an issue because you're complaining about it. If $5 grand wasn't worth anything, you wouldn't be complaining about it. You'd be like, okay, cool. You know, I have another girl around the corner. Well, apparently you did, so why are you complaining? You know what it is, dude. You're definitely wrong here. Now, she finessed him? No, that's not cool. Not for her to like, I know, I need you to, hey, we're doing this, no, I want to upscale to this. Hey, we're doing this, no, I want to upscale to this. Hey, you want this? No, I want to upscale to this. That's not cool to finesse a guy. Not at all. That's not right at all. She's not completely in the right here either. She shouldn't have finessed him, but at the same time, she don't owe him sex. And that's what he's upset about. It's the sex. And that video was from Clips 80. Is that Clips 80 on TikTok? So I don't know who the actual guy is, but that's where that video is from. Just want to give a shout out to them because let you know where the content came from. Another Twitter thing that came across was a question from this guy on February 16th. It said, how did you find out that you were getting cheated on? And Margilla is his name. I think I pronounced his name right. Margilla. Well, a girl responded, Christina, she said, went through his phone after I had my suspicion, and lo and behold, I was right. He goes, never go through your partner's phone. Crying emoji, laughy face. And she goes, LOL, what? Why not? I'd rather know than be oblivious. I in fact encourage it. There are too many sicknesses going around for me to act as though I don't see what's going on. Go through it if you have any reason to believe your partner might be cheating. And she did looking face emoji. And then he says right back at her, you're going to get what you want going through the partner's phone. And she goes, the truth is her response. Somebody else slides in, you're right, I'd rather know the truth and take a decision than to be played unbeknown. Which has some pitsy ditty. Then Meg comes in and says, exactly, what kind of dumb logic is that to stay blind and let yourself get played? Well, here I'm coming across this thinking like, I understand you got suspicion about your partner cheating on your phone or cheating on you, so you want to go through their phone, look at this stuff. I'm not a fan of going to somebody's phone. I think that's too much work, but I'm going to break it down why. So my response, I hop into chat. My thought here, and I said it's just my opinion, but you have to go through a significant other phone to confirm they were cheating. There's already a lack of trust. I'll break up before I have to go through her phone. I just don't have time to wonder. Be upfront with me. That is why I don't want to go through somebody's phone. Like if I'm thinking you're cheating and I feel like, okay, I'll ask you, hey, are you talking to somebody else? Are you doing this? You lied to me cold-heartedly. And I still have my suspicion. I don't feel secure in my relationship. I don't feel trust in my relationship. I don't feel like we're having a good bond because I think you're cheating. And the feeling's not going away. I asked you about it, it's just not going away. I don't feel secure. I'm gonna become more of a monster in my own relationship. I'm gonna be eating myself away, thinking like every little thing you're doing, you're out with somebody else, you're out with somebody else doing something that you're not doing something. I can't trust you. If I can't trust you, why don't I be in a relationship? I'm giving myself gray hairs. So I was like, no, I'm gonna just break it off. Then somebody goes, Pitsy, Dipsy comes back in. Yeah, I get your take, but if your suspicions are misplaced, suspicions are usually a cognition of lack of trust, but are not always supported by concrete facts. You can't simply let go of someone because you suspect them of wrongdoing. Get the truth, then make your call. Now, I was going to respond back to him in chat on Twitter, but I was like, why respond back to somebody on Twitter? Like, that's just a little too much going back and forth. Twitter, some people on Twitter just to troll, some people on Twitter just to, probably want to give some valuable information, but it's Twitter. I'm gonna come to YouTube. Now, he's not wrong. Suspicion is misplaced sometimes. Sometimes you go off of a cognition of lack of trust. What's the relationship supposed to be about? Commitment supposed to be about trust. Committed to one another. I'm supposed to trust you. You supposed to trust me. We tell each other, hey, how's it going? Hey, are you cheating? I'm not. Okay, I just had a feeling here. You're out with your friends all the time. Don't come back home. Sometimes you come home super late. You're at work, past hours. You're doing things that kind of not make me feel the way I feel. And, I don't feel that you're paying attention to me. Don't give me attention. I feel like you're doing things that seems off, especially when we first met. Now you're doing things that seem a little more like you're not fully invested. Okay, you're not cheating. I take your word for it. Okay, but then a few months go on, the feeling's not going away. You still noticing things that seem odd. They're staying out super late. Maybe they're not cheating. Maybe they're on doing things that are just not really making you feel like you're in a good relationship and making you feel bad about yourself. Maybe you're not providing what you should be providing. Maybe they're just not adding to it. You bring this conversation up to them. You guys have a conversation. They avoid the answer. They're changing something else. They flip the question. Well, you do this and this and this. They point the finger back and forth. It's not a healthy relationship where you guys are being communicative and being, talking to each other and just talking about your feelings and how you guys are feeling about the situation. And the trust is not being built. It's constantly going away because maybe you're not feeling secure in your relationship. Are you happy? If you're not secure, you're probably not happy in your relationship. And that person's not making you feel secure. And with that being said, why stay in that relationship? If you're doing everything you're doing, giving 110%, and your partner's not giving 110%, and they're not, making sure that you feel secure. And then being secure does not mean like you're not confident in yourself. You're not confident in like who you are as a person. But you can be in a relationship and feel like, man, I'm not getting what I want. And I'm getting what I want in this relationship. I want somebody to hold me. I want somebody to touch me. My partner's not holding me, not touching me. The partner's kind of being avoidant. They're doing things that seems off. Are you cheating on me? No, I'm not cheating on you. Okay, well, how come, we don't hold each other? How come we don't talk to each other? You feel avoidant. You can bring that out because there's a reason why you think somebody's cheating. There may be something that was there at the beginning that's not there now, and something's off. Bring it up and see, like, okay, this is what I feel like you're cheating because this is going on. You're not being attentive as you once were. You're just being different. You're acting a little off. All right, you're not cheating. I take your word on that. But we can better our relationship. We can try to be better. What can we do to be better? And things are not changing. You bring this conversation up multiple times. Instead of staying in that relationship, instead of staying wondering and constantly pondering, get out. It's obviously the relationship's not right for you. And that's perfectly fine. And you will find somebody else out there who will match you, who will treat you the way you want to be treated, who will treat you the way you should be treated. Treat you like a good person, treat you like somebody who has feeling, treat you like somebody who just not a piece of, not just a person or a thing, but treat you as a person that you are. Not, oh, I'm just reason why I'm in a relationship so I have somebody to come to every once in a while, or I have a girlfriend. I just want the title. I just want this. No, I'm in a relationship because I want this person. And you want that person, you want to make sure that person is not feeling like they are just a title, just like a person, just a thing. You're not looking at the person for them. You're just looking for the title. Oh, that's my girlfriend. I can show off to people. I'm going to go over here and have fun with all these girls over here. But that was just the girl that, for the title's sake, for the ring's sake, but it's not the girl that I really want to be with. But I'm going to go mess around and tell her, no, I'm not cheating. But my actions are still going to show that I'm doing things that are shady. She's not going to feel secure in her relationship. But you know what? In our relationship, she's not going to be secure at all. But you know what? It's up to me. I can tell her this. And I'm sitting here, let's say I'm the partner who's getting cheated on. I feel like I didn't cheat on. I'm like, well, I'm not feeling secure in my relationship. I asking her, hey, are you, cheating? She says no. Okay, but then she doesn't hold me, doesn't touch me, doesn't give me, doesn't give me, let's just cuddle, let's hold hands. No, okay, we're not doing that. One of my things, I talked about this before in other episodes, a side hug. I had a girl who gave me a side hug one time, that was my girlfriend, and I was I was thrown to it. I only give side hugs to girls that are friends. My girlfriend, I feel like a full embrace hug is the only thing I feel like it's the right thing. A side hug just seems awkward and off, and it felt off. And that relationship, it ended up getting broken up in that relationship because she said she wanted to be single. But I understood how somebody be trapped in a relationship and want to cheat with somebody. Want to cheat because they wasn't getting what they wanted or they didn't feel secure in their own relationship. I got that. I understood that mindset at that time. How it came to me was when I was working at the gym as a personal trainer, or I wasn't a personal trainer, I was just working at a gym. I think it was a 10D or something like that. And one of the girls that worked out there, she was a friend of mine, and we had conversations we would talk to each other throughout the gym, what kind of workouts you're doing, stuff like that. Well, she gave me a hug, maybe it was a birthday or something. Anyway, she gave me a hug or something. And I remember feeling like, oh man, I've had a hug from my actual girlfriend in a good 3 weeks. And in that moment, I was like, oh, I get it now. If somebody's not feeling like they're secure, not feeling fulfilled in their own relationship, I can see how somebody falls in the trap of cheating. At that point, to me, end the relationship. But to me, I thought maybe something's going on. She goes to a rough patch, we'll get better kind of things. No, it ended up being I got broken up with pretty shortly. But that's why I'm to me, don't stay around. If you are suspicions that your boyfriend or your girlfriend is cheating on you, and you talked to her, you brought it up, and they're not being upfront and honest with you, and their actions not matching their words, why keep yourself in that relationship? Why do that? To find out years later, months later, they're cheating on you? That you have to sneak through their phone to do that? You do all that much work to figure out an answer you need to just ask your significant other and they can't answer it to you correctly? Then let it go. That person's not the one for you. Now, if they're not cheating on you, they would let you know. Somebody's I'm not cheating. They would 100% say, I'm not cheating on you. If you want to double check me, they will offer their phone. You don't have to sneak through the phone. They're look, go through it. They have that confidence. they probably already tell you up front what is already on their phone. They might let you know, like, hey, I look at this on Instagram. I look at models on Instagram. Just come across my page. You know, I watch this. They probably already upfront with you. They upfront with you from the get-go. You already know what's on their phone. Just saying. But yeah, to me, to sit there and wonder and then try to sneak through the phone, that's just too much work. To me, I'm going to end that relationship, and I feel like that's the right thing to do. You're not securing your relationship. You don't feel comfortable in your relationship, and the person not providing that comfort and security that a relationship should be, that commitment, that trust. And that guy was like, well, you know, it's based off suspicion about lack of trust. Relationship's supposed to be about trust. It's supposed to be about commitment. You can't trust your partner. Who can you trust? Like, so I didn't want to go back and forth with that guy, but that's just my thoughts right there on that. Now, what are you guys' thoughts? What do you think about today's episode? Please put in the comments section below. Also, if you have any questions or anything you want to ask, you can send to alizakkanerdydating@gmail.com. That's alizakkanerdydating@gmail.com. Also, you can put your questions in the comment section below too, and I'll talk about in the next episode of Nerdy Dating. I am going to try to start this once a week versus once every 2 weeks. So we'll see what happens on these episodes going forward. But thank you guys for watching this episode of Nerdy Dating, and keep being awesome. Thank you for watching this episode of Nerdy Dating. I really appreciate it. If there's another episode you want to watch, you can look at it right there. If you want to subscribe to the page and watch more content, it's down here. Also, you have a question about dating you want to put in the comment section, go ahead and do it. Or you can send me your dating question to my email of alizakkanerdydating@gmail.com. That's alizakkanerdydating@gmail.com. And I will answer your question on the next episode of Nerdy Dating. Thank you so much for watching this show. I appreciate you, and keep being awesome.